Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm just going to be working on a little DIY project, a Dollar Tree DIY using these products here. And this is what I want to make. This is something that I found at HomeSense, and I figured I could remake it. So it's a little figurine thing. It's a facial. I think it's supposed to be made in India according to the tag. But I saw this when I was at checkout and I figured it was something that I could make, so I'm just going to go ahead and try that. Here is the front of it. It's just a face. It has a raised nose and the lips, and then it looks like the eyes and the eyebrows are just part of the clay. In this case, I think this is made out of metal. I'm not exactly sure. It was very heavy, and then it had a very strong base. I'm just going to be using pieces of wood for that, so I'm hoping I can stabilize everything. But if you want to see how I make this out of these items here, then I hope you keep watching. So what I have here is air-dried clay, some packages. These are from Dollar Tree. These are some wooden dowels that are going to stabilize everything. These are some wooden blocks that I had laying around. Some of them are the duplicated or the Dollar Tree version of Jenga. Some are actual Jenga pieces, like those right there. They were just some leftovers that I have. I'm using some Rust-Oleum spray paint, some Gorilla Glue to make the base, the water to add to the clay, and then I have this box here. This is, I'm hoping to be able to use this to shape part of the clay while it's drying, because I do need something to dry with this little slant here. So I'll cover this with the plastic and put everything together, and then you'll see the final result. Here it is, almost dry. I'm just gonna take the top of this marker and just make eyeballs because I don't want it to be just plain. I want to just try this. I'm just gonna turn. That looks weird, but I'm just gonna do it again on this one. Just turn. So now I'm going to use this marker to make just a little something more. Oops, that's not good. That looks pretty good. And then just rub that a little bit. Okay, I like it now. It's been a little more than 24 hours and I went back and added pupils here just a few minutes ago, and this is what it's looking like. It's not fully dry. I don't know if Dollar Tree clay is ever going to get fully dry, but I want to start working on the next part, which is to sand this down. So I'm just going to sand this down to get the edges smooth, and then to smooth this part, because this is where I want to glue. And I want to glue this part that slants up to the bottom of this, and I'm going to use this Loctite glue, and I don't know if it'll even stick to this clay, but I'm going to try it. And this part is starting to crack where I put the dowel in, so I'm just going to add probably some super glue and hope that it drips down into the crack and holds that together. And this is the piece that I used for the base. I originally thought I was going to have this side up, but I think I'm going to flip it and let this side be the top. And then I'm going to have to drill holes in here in order to let the dowels sit in there. So I'll have 2 in the front and then 1 in the back for the added support. First, I'm going to start working on putting this into here. And I'm going to drill straight through this to the bottom, so then whatever's sticking out at the bottom, I can trim it off. I was going to paint everything black, but I decided to go with this color here, Wildflower Blue. This is, the glue is drying nicely. It's not fully dried yet, but it's holding. You can tell it's gonna hold really good. So this is how it looks on the back. The clay by itself, it's still like you can still scratch it and put nail prints in it, but the painted clay is nice. it's barely making any marks. So I think the paint just seals it nicely. So what I'm going to do is set this up. This is how it's going to go in the stand, like this. And I'm going to put this other dowel, the one I actually had to paint another one because the one I painted originally was too short. So I got another one, and I'm going to put that through here. And this is going to be the support piece in the back. So, let's see. Okay. So it's going to go up to about there. And then I'm going to put this block of wood. I'm going to glue that onto the back. And I want to make sure it's in the right position so the dowel is leaning more so on the wood than on the clay, or kind of like partially on both. Ooh, this thing comes out so fast. Okay, so that's definitely a lot. So I don't mind. Just let it stay on there and do its thing. And I'm going to spray paint the back of this once everything is dry. So here it is, the two dowels in place here, and then this is nicely glued on the back. So now I'm just going to mark where I need to cut this one. I'm just going to place that in here, and then put this in through the bottom, go up to there, and then I'm going to mark it on the bottom here and then just trim it off. And then I'll just add a dab of glue here and push this up and let that dry some, and then just spray paint the rest of it blue so that we don't see the white. And I'll also get the paint underneath here too. And then I'll show you the final product. And I decided, since I painted the actual face piece in a blue color, I'm just going to do the base in this flat black paint.